thing I need to say is I'm not Cat Smith, and please, whatever you do, don't vote for me. I'm her agent. I'm also the chairman of the Lib Dems for the West Midlands. Thank you for welcoming me. You could very easily turn me down. Everything I've heard today from you is things that I agree with. And actually, if I say nothing else, I can sit down now. Take a copy of the Lib Dem manifesto. I know you don't want to read it. It's another boring lot of politicians spouting what they spout. And yet, you will find the echoes of almost all those things in that manifesto. Liberal Democrats, if they have a fault, they have many faults, and one of their faults is they think that if only we make really, really, really detailed policy and explain it really carefully, then everything will be fine. And actually what usually happens is people just get bored. However, mental health has been one of our big things in the last government and will be in the next government. I, as Paul knows, worked for the NHS for a very long time and know that the mental health services we provide now are simply not good enough. And we're not going to improve those by improving things at the edges. I've been involved in something called NHS Change Day recently, where we are improving from the ground up. We need to put a lot more money in. We're pledging to do that. Particularly in child and adolescent mental health, that is going to be crucial. I'm going to have to move on pretty quickly. In terms of poverty, yes, I loved everything I heard. So much on the issues about getting into work and the big problem of our society, right? Most of what the three of us, obviously I don't know the others, I don't know, but we share the same desires, essentially. There's different flavours there. But the problem is that the machine works. Society, you could say, is like a big, big machine, and it works. It produces the result that machine will produce. Unfortunately, that result of that machine inevitably is often not the right result for people, it's just the right result for the machine. And at the moment, our unemployment system, the machine is designed to get you off the books of unemployment. And if you go off the books into work, that's great, but if you go off the books into something else, essentially being written off, that's great as well, as far as that machine is concerned. That's wrong. Liberal Democrats believe in fixing the machine, making it do the right things. So to advocates for the poor, homelessness, one person to believe in them, I love that. I love that so much. One person to believe in it. I'm going to write that into the next manifesto. Housing and homelessness. The reason we have a homelessness and a housing problem is we haven't got enough houses. For years we haven't been building them. We need to build 300,000 a year more. Lib Dems also want to do a help to rent scheme. I very much resonate with what you were saying about when you can't afford to rent, what do you do? And also a rent-to-own scheme. In terms of justice and fairness, I love this: food, fuel, finance, furniture and funerals. Again, it's not in our manifesto in those words, but those things that I very much resonate with. And actually all the 6 solutions you put forward are things in our manifesto. And I was so delighted to hear that electoral reform is one of them, but I won't go on about it. Tax reform, crucially, we need to have the very wealthy paying their fair share, and fair share means in proportion to what they get out of society, which if you're very wealthy is a very great deal. Not a fair share where everybody pays the same, because those most able to pay need to pay the most. And reforming bonuses, the banking levy, all those kinds of things, they're complicated economic things. That machine has been jigged for a very long time in favour of the wealthy. We need to turn it round and make it work for everybody. In terms of the environment, I could go on and on about this, and in fact our manifesto does. But absolutely, the cost of green energy is too much. It is the dirtiest forms of fuel are currently the cheapest. Until we change that round, we will not get a structural change in the green economy. And again, what you said about transport, housing, about waste, the role of education in waste is crucial. I don't understand how our waste system works. My wife explains it to me every day. She's Dutch, they do that kind of thing. But I still don't get it. It's too complicated. We need to simplify, we also need to educate. Finally, community wellbeing. I loved this. I was so pleased to hear. Obviously we're in a church group. I'm a church background person myself. I worked for Operation Mobilisation for 10 years in Belgium. But to make our culture a culture about loving your neighbour, getting away from the politics of selfishness, because the one really big problem I have with many party manifestos is what they're really saying is vote for us and it will be better for you. Politicians should never say that. Politicians should say, if you vote for us, it will be better for everyone. And getting you and others to think about voting for the benefit of all, rather than voting for what's in it for me, is the fundamental change which British society needs. Give me another 45 seconds, thank you. Because this is a pretty safe Labour seat, so you know where it's going really. However, every vote for the Liberal Democrats will count this time, because last time we got 24% of the vote, and our power in coalition was proportionate to that, which is why 3/4 of all Lib Dem policies got through. In fact, more than Conservatives. We didn't get all of them through, we didn't get tuition fees through. I'm very sorry about that, we apologise before we will again. However, every vote will count in this, because going into a coalition, and it almost certainly will be a coalition, you've got a choice between Labour and the SNP, Tories and UKIP, or one of those two and Lib Dems. We will give a heart to the Conservatives, a brain to Labour, but every vote you cast will count to help us give more strength in that. Thank you very much, you've been very kind.